think I'm live. Maybe. Cool. I never know. Wow, Chile or Texas. I know it's Chile, but looks like Texas. Now let's see, I got 2 sets today. I guess I'll just go ahead and get started with this one.
Into it, Yoshi's, like you said. This dude has. So you said.
I watched this earlier, and I tried to get a good look at, I guess, how Studebaker was feeling throughout the whole set. Like, was he worried at all, like, that I was going to beat him? Or was he feeling really confident and, like, I kind of shook him? Or was he really calm the whole time? Like, was I flustering him with certain things I did? That's something I try and look for sometimes, including today. I did give this a cursory watch earlier, mostly because I wanted to see Game 2 again and, enjoy that. However, I think I want to give it a more complete run through. Alright, so...
Another crisp one. We're into it, Yoshi's, like you said.
Yeah, so starting on Yoshi's, I'm not 100% on this. So, immediately the only stage that comes to mind that I want to ban 100% of the time would be FD. Other than FD, I can't think of anything where I'm like, wow, this really sucks. I really want to ban it. However, I think this ended up playing a lot in his favor because Luigi has really fast burst movement, and I sort of got overwhelmed. I couldn't put enough space in between me and Luigi, enough that I was comfortable with it, I guess. That was sort of an issue, I think.
This dude has a lot of fun tags. Got the Bubba. Don't know what.
See, that would have been a good combo starter on most other characters. Worst stage after FD? Alright, well, that makes sense to me. Sup, Mapake? Thank you for tuning in to my stream where I talk about why I lost to this jank-ass character. As if Samus isn't a jank-ass character. But yeah, I just wasn't really sure what to do after FD, so...
What that is, but it's fun.
It is fun. It's definitely fun.
What basically happened immediately as well is within 10 seconds, like... It's hitting 50 on the clock. I've already taken 71%. And so I remember I was playing this set, and I look right at it, and I'm like, whoa. I really took a lot of damage, like, really quick. Because that's something Luigi can do. So I start at 11 after a bit, right?
Don't know what that is, but it's
Nair, up tilt, up air, up smash. And now I'm basically like half a stock through. I think that was a bad nair, but for some reason he got out of the way. So, I'm okay with that, I guess.
How he establishes center control again.
I'm gonna back that up. I think I did a good job this whole set of catching him as he was trying to wave dash out of things. I didn't let him bully me too much with the quick wave dashes, except sometimes I would just get hit by like wave dash into something, and that was not very good. Shielding in the corner, that's another, yeah, I think that's a bad habit of mine, is just going to the corner in general. And I think the reason why I have that habit is just because against bad people, and especially bad space animals, I can go to the corner and then turn that into an advantage by getting them off stage. But Luigi, that's not really going to do very much for me.
There aren't really
Platform
Get the heck
cancel,
here.
that's
There
cool.
aren't really any Samuses in DFW, right?
No, Mervis doesn't really come out anymore.
Right.
Neither does Poot.
This is the kind of situation I'm a little scared of, to be honest, when Luigi's right at my peak F-tilt range, and then he has the quick burst movement. I can't react to him at that range coming in, at least not with any move other than maybe jab. And I think I'd have to be maybe primed and ready, waiting for the wave dash to be able to get that. A preemptive down tilt to catch that dare. I think I'm gonna have to. I'll have to give that one a go next time. That actually sounds pretty good. One of the things that Algebra said when I posted this in the Samus Discord was, you need to quit challenging Luigi from below. It's a bad idea. So that's something I notice I do a lot during this set, is like, I'll try and get Luigi onto a platform and start a tech chase, or like keep Luigi in the air and juggle him. And maybe that's just a strategy that works for other characters, but not for Samus as much.
But now we kind of have Bunk, maybe?
Punk.
So he did that forward tilt. I probably could have upbeat it or nared it instead of just wave dashing back. But I think I chose a decent-ish option that was
Out anymore.
wave
Neither does
dashing.
Poot.
Like, I didn't do anything unsafe.
Maybe?
Punk was
Okay. He doesn't wave dash back
Samus
out
yeah,
at
Punk
me.
went 0-2 last time you played Samus.
That was a terrible idea. Like, that's another habit I notice of
Punk
mine
was
that's just
Samus
bad.
Yeah, Punk went 0-2
which
last
would
time you
be,
played Samus.
look at that. Like, I gain nothing. I'm at 30. I'm not going to get, like, a stock ending trade. Like, the best I'm going to get is, like, 20% off of a fair. But he could kill me.
Punk was
Like, this
Samus.
is just,
Yeah, Punk went
ouch.
0-2 last time you played Samus.
There's always next time, though.
There's always next time.
this is not the only bad trade I made this whole set.
We have Niche on the rise.
On the rise.
I just want to go ahead and say that Niche is really bad. And, yeah, that's really about it.
Yep.
Okay, so I'm not even sure at this point.
Next time.
Is
We have Niche on
F-tilt
the rise.
On the rise.
safe enough like that I want to throw it out against Luigi like that? Because I threw it out last time against Luigi on the back of his shield. He didn't punish me for it. I do it this time, and I don't know if it was me or not, and he was able to actually punish me for it. Stewed the absolute unit. Yeah, so I'd actually never met him in person, I guess, until this. He is an absolute unit. He's a very large person. Also, immediately after our set, he went over and like was doing this whole like dramatic hugging thing with his girlfriend, which was kind of funny. Yeah, just thought I'd mention that. The commentators mentioned something like that at the end as well.
Does UNC have any Samuses?
And I don't punish his down smash either. I think part of that was, so I was facing backwards. I don't know if it's grabbable. I would have probably attempted a grab otherwise. F tilting shield is bad in general. It's not, well, yeah, I mean, that is true. It is highly negative on shield. It's just like spaced, it's hard to punish. But I guess thinking about it, Luigi just is able to move so fast that it's probably a poor choice. I guess, yeah, though, I could put out a second F tilt, and that might catch him on his way in. So
Yeah, we
that's a
have
good
Grandpa,
idea.
Casey.
Oh yeah, I forgot.
There were a lot of crouch cancel interactions as well, something I noticed during this set. Some of them were dumb. Some of them I think were legitimate.
Does UNC have any Samuses?
Yeah, we have Grandpa, Casey.
Oh yeah, I forgot.
That was kind of a dumb one. But so I played against Taddeo, who's another Luigi player from DFW, and something I got a lot of mileage off of was he would do those double aerials, and I'd crouch, and the first one would miss. Second one, I would be able to crouch cancel down smash. And that only worked a couple times against Studebaker, including there where it didn't work because I think he drifted a little bit.
UNT's got a lot of rising and grinding players.
Mm-hmm.
It's great to see.
It is.
I can always crouch cancel that. That is something that I am good at doing. That like
Good to see.
Samus, it seems
He's
like
always
can
been
crouch
a-
cancel that to pretty high
A
percents.
reason where one or two players at a time is very strong from there. So can't
I don't know why he was just trying to come down at me like that.
One or two players at a time is very strong from there.
I think maybe he thought I would have more
Can't
landing lag
underestimate
than I
him,
actually did.
but We got no UNT players on the screen right now. We got Austin.
Yep, something that I think I did a good job during this set is punishing him for the side Bs on stage. Like I do the wait for him to get up and then F smash or charge shot or whatever. A missile then shield. Yeah, so that is another thing actually now that I think about it, is that the point of missiling is to force your opponent, well, number one, I mean, you can hit them with it, but that's not always going to work. But then as well, you can get a lot out of forcing your opponent to do other things, like forcing them into shield, right? And missile then shield doesn't really do very much, like, at all. That's a really good point.
Versus Plano, Texas.
Charge shot, always a good one.
That was a solid punish. I would have just F smashed him.
The aerial interrupt, or that wasn't the aerial interrupt, the no impact land, it's been catching a lot of people recently, and in general it does catch a lot of people because I think it does a good timing mix up with the aerial interrupt, because the aerial interrupt is fast, immediate down smash, and the no impact land is the like slow, delayed down smash that like after they do a move, you can come back in and hit them. But it is technically inferior, and I probably shouldn't go for it.
Something.
Yeah, but the big beam.
Big beat.
Not a good... That should have been, I should have turned around for that one. And had I done that and grabbed ledge like I was supposed to, that might have been the end of his stock. That would have been really good for me. Something that I didn't do a good job of this set, I think, is keeping Luigi from coming back to the ledge. Because up tilt won't beat his up B to the ledge, as opposed to, other characters, of course. And I think I was just really afraid to go out there, which generally true for me. I don't want to go out there when I could just stay on stage. I'm not sure how I feel about the fair from ledge. I don't think it's the best idea, but it is catching him when he is putting out a later move, in like a later aerial, like that fair he would do to try and hit me off coming off the ledge. So actually I think the fair like preemptively before he can get that out is decent, because if I can link a lot of hits, it's going to do more damage than any of my other moves. It has a fair amount of priority in the front and above Samus, unlike Nair. And I could link it into something else if I can get a read off of what he's going to do afterwards. Because this time I didn't do anything, but I think I could have, knowing that he's going to want to jump out. I can follow him up there. Or if he's going to shield, I can grab or get behind him and take center, and then pressure him from there. Hello, Hyper, a.k.a. Clipman, a.k.a. Tony, a.k.a. I think those are all your names. I don't know of any other ones off the top of my head.
This dude is really good at just poking.
Oh yeah.
Not going in too hard. Not committing. Just poking here and there. Winning interactions.
That was just dumb, so...
Not
I'm not sure. I've had that happen to me a couple times. So if I break it down for a second, like I'm holding just a direction slightly in shield, and that caused me to, fast fall and miss the ledge. See, I tried that same timing mix-up again, but I think he was ready for it by putting out that earlier dare. That would have beaten my fair that I was doing earlier, but it doesn't beat that no impact land. However, the no impact land down smash didn't get me anything.
Snaps the ledge. Oh, slipped off. Thought he was gonna get him with the...
Something else Algebra said that I didn't respect ledge dash.
Yeah, and great
Completely
for
true.
survive
Luigi's ledge dash so far. It goes so far across the stage.
Good weight.
Yeah, that's
Forward smash. Thought he
that's
was
pretty
gonna go
easy
for
to
down
cover
smash, send it
everything.
back off the stage.
And there we go, another ledge dash up smash that I just get hit
Ledge
by.
dash up smashes are really good. Really crisp.
Right, see? Gets
And that's
the down
another
smash
one, he's
across
just
and off
able
the ledge
to...
dash and then immediately
I need to back that up.
Yeah, this dude's
Kills
ledge
me.
dash up smashes are really...
So I'm standing in the middle of Yoshi's, and I'm like, okay, he's not going to get me from here, right? And he just wave dashes right past me to where I was. Like, take a look at that for 1 second. Is even though I moved forward, so that meant like he didn't hit me, he went straight past me to where I was. So I think that, yeah, this is more evidence that this isn't a great stage for Samus in this matchup.
Right. See, gets the down smash to cross him up.
Something I tried doing a couple times in this set, but I don't know if it's a good idea, was doing standing missiles. Not like obnoxiously, but I've done it against like ice climbers. It's one of those things they have a tough time beating standing missiles because it's their best avenue of approach. They can't do that thing where they, throw out an approaching aerial like maybe Fox can. And I don't think it necessarily worked against Luigi, but it might be something that if I implemented it better, it would.
Really crisp.
Right. See, gets the down smash to.
Yeah, because he just put out a dare for that. Hello, Luigi Toilet. I'm glad you like this matchup. I mean, I don't know what you really get to think about it. If you're just getting to play Tony, I don't think that's very informative about this matchup.
Cross him up off the ledge.
And then here we are. Yeah, crouch cancel down smash. Yeah.
Super slippery.
I thought I'd be able to get him. He's been doing that. He had been doing that fireball from ledge. I don't think that's a real stall, but I just missed the up tilt. Okay, so that's something I do against a lot of characters. The down air up B. Down air is, I think, +0. So you can't, if you hit it like right on the back of their shield and whatnot, you're not going to get punished. And then the up B will punish them for trying to punish your dare. But Luigi, it looks like, is a little slidey. He also kept holding shield, which was part of it, but already, like, even if he'd let go of shield, I think I wouldn't have hit him because he just slid really far. Let's see, wave dash out of shield into stage. Yeah, that's something else. Like, he would just be putting out these aerials, and I would just wave dash right into them. That's not a good strategy. Even if I could guarantee, like, a crouch cancel, which I kind of can't, or at least I couldn't this set, I don't think it's a great choice. Okay, that was a decent spot dodge. I'm just like, I knew he was going to come up and hit me, so I'm like, all right, as long as he's not late, I can make this work. There's another example. It's like, what I should have done instead of going for that up tilt was just grab ledge. What else is he going to do? If I did like a grab ledge, and then if he went above it, I'd do maybe a reverse nair. I think that'd be a way better option coverage attempt just than trying to do something else.
Ooh. Tricks him up. Couldn't get a punish up.
Man, that was just...
Ooh.
I don't think I had enough data for that type of interaction.
Tricks him up.
So I can't be too mad at that one because I thought he was just going to land on the platform versus come down with a dare. But I think it's a pretty common habit among a lot of people to try to do that, to just come down with an aerial when they think, oh, my opponent's going to want to hit me. Let me hit them first. Yeah, no, so hitting the coin, it's like, or if you get hit with only the coin instead of the Shoryuken, it's a lot better, it's like it didn't even happen, really. It's like you didn't even get hit for the most part. You can do anything.
Get a punish off the down smash, but he ends up following him anyway.
His lead has just grown exponentially from a very small lead to a pretty large lead.
Yeah.
In a floaty matchup, nonetheless.
Well, this is really rough in a floaty matchup.
Okay, that would have been better if he were at a lower percent. Because what sort of happened was I hit him with that up tilt. And then the other thing I did was I went for a little bit of cheese that I've done against Peach and Puff before, which is just go put a missile out there and they'll just fall right into it. But Luigi's too floaty and at too high a percent, so he's actionable and drifts towards me and punishes me instead. I should have just charged. That would have been much smarter to just stay on stage and charge.
On Samus, and Samus can definitely kill Luigi relatively early. Samus is not weak in the gimping department.
And there we go. Another ledge dash where I'm like, oh, I'm in the middle of the stage. He can't hit me. JK. That would have been a decent trade if I was up, but I'm not, so...
Good Nair.
See, that was a better interaction. Like, I think he might have just been early with that dare. But if he actually was doing that as an intentional, like,
Good Nair.
mix-up, which it might have been, like, he's like, oh, he's going to try to do a forward tilt or an up tilt, which I had been doing before. And I think hold ledge, wait for that reverse nair. Seemed like it might have worked. Hylian lowriders are also okay here. I'm not going to go for that in tournament. It's stupid. It's a 1-frame window. And just no. Just no, Tony.
As a charge shot ready.
That was just stupid, but it's so unexpected and obviously a mistake that I didn't really know how to punish it.
Kai's gonna link it though.
Right, and unfortunately it also put me off stage. Like if I was on stage, that would have been a free punish.
Must have been an accident.
Yeah, most likely.
That was just kind of desperate, honestly.
Yeah, most likely.
So something I thought about is he is just coming in at me all the time, and I'm like, I need to put something there to stop him. Yeah, this was the Arcadian. I did make top 8. I ended up, well, spoilers, I lost this set, which is why I'm watching it. I got 7th, so, you know, that was cool. So yeah, the tournament itself, so I definitely think it was worth going to. There were like 40-something people. And let's see, I was seeded 7th at the event. I don't think there was anyone there who I couldn't have beaten on a good day. Like, the people who I lost to would be Arsenals and Studebaker. And it didn't go the best against Arsenals. Like, but we had, what, 2 last stock games. I think I could have beaten him. And then, otherwise, let's see, I played this guy Red, this Marth player, I think, from DFW. That was okay. That was a 2-1. And let's see, Socktastic beat Peachy Keen. Some other good ones happened. Yeah. Brian did well too. He got 7th. Oh, yeah, that's actually good catch, Mapake. That I noticed myself doing this a lot, which was I'll hit someone off stage and then I'll go to the side platform, shoot a missile. Even if there's a 0% chance of that missile hitting. Like, I'll just still shoot it for basically no reason. It's just not really worth it, and I don't know why I do that. Hello, Dadu. What's up? So yeah, I'm just watching me lose to Studebaker at the Arcadian yesterday. Okay, so that's something that I feel like I got a fair amount of mileage off of, which was those fairs. Like I do this against Peach a lot, which is that they do something on the platform or they land on the platform. Like an example would be Peach down smashes, and I'll just go up with a fair, assuming they're outside of crouch cancel %. Well, Luigi does that thing where he lands with an aerial. He has landing lag, and I use that time to go up and punish him. So, yeah, Brian, you did lose all your close sets, so I don't know why I thought it was Mapache. I'm sorry. Mapache, I got you, fam. My B. All right, let's see. Where was I? Oh yeah, so I get a lot of mileage out of those fairs. The problem is though, if I get hit with the dare, it's really bad. Like that, like it might just kill me. It starts a combo, right? Or I get hit with the nair. It's like, you know, I thought I had a combo. Just kidding. It's actually my combo now, says Luigi.
Notice projectiles aren't really.
The problem is that this game is basically over. Like, unless I pull something pretty crazy, it's just like, this is not a realistic comeback, I don't think. Especially if I get hit by like one more thing.
Really a factor in this game at all. I wonder if that's just the nature of this matchup, or if happens can be.
So
I liked that. That was something I felt like at the time. I'm glad I did that.
I wonder if that's just the
So I hit him with that aerial
or
interrupt.
what happens can be
Or I hit him with the no impact land, and then I do the aerial interrupt forward smash. Fastest way I know of to get on stage and then do a
So
implemented.
hit.
Luigi has a very interesting
Yep.
work in this matchup. You know how clanking works?
Yeah, that was just bound to happen, to be honest. Hey, I like to think it was pretty cool. I definitely grind out those aerial interrupts for a reason, and I've spent a lot of time on them, and it's so I could do stuff like that.
During a property of clanking is that during planks, you retain momentum.
Okay.
And down B planks with missile.
So I actually thought about this for a second, which is why I just sat at the character select screen, or the stage select. So he banned Dreamland. And so I had to think for a second. I'm like, where am I going to feel comfortable? I noticed he was just able to cover so much of the stage on Yoshi's. So my options are, I guess, Pokemon. Well, FD, of course, is out of the question because that would suck. Pokemon, which is sort of like FD, except I'd get a little bit better missiles. And then I guess I had Yoshi's Where It Just Lost, of course. Fountain, which I thought might be a good counter pick, but I wasn't sure. And Battlefield I was feeling really good about, just in general, because I'm really comfortable there with my missiles and the top platform to get down. And the ledge doesn't bother me or anything, so I felt good on it. Yeah, so this is a new apartment and new internet. I just got it installed on Friday, so hopefully this means netplay sometime soon. Although, unfortunately now time is going to be my limiting factor in terms of getting to play netplay.
And you're completely actionable the whole time.
Oh, okay.
So down B just kind of destroys missiles. Missiles are good for like.
I was a little
starting,
shook after
but
getting like 2
they
stocks
actually
because
just
I'm like,
give
I know I
Luigi
can beat this
a,
dude.
Like, super good approach.
So I'm going to have to just turn it up. All right, so here we go immediately. There's that same deal that Algebra was talking about. Don't challenge Luigi coming up and he's going down because that dare is just so big. And that's exactly what happened. I traded with his nair with my forward air, and that wasn't the best trade. Like, I guess, had I not gotten that second fair out because I was spamming it, I wouldn't have won that interaction.
Good stuff to Stu taking game 1.
Yeah.
So I think this was a very risky position to take, although it worked out. Because stop right here. Like, if he shields this missile or tornadoes it or something, which he didn't do this whole set. He didn't tornado any of my missiles. But had he done that and been actionable, he could have wave dashed right in and punished me, I think, at this range.
Good stuff to Stu taking game 1.
But so I did it again, right? And this time he dares over it. So now, now that he has that dare out, he's still in the cooldown. This is the time where I can punish him for it.
Really solid.
I just missed the nair. Like, I even knew what I had to do, which was just nair. That's all I had to do. Or maybe I could have faired too. That would have been a decent choice. I think nair actually is worse than fair maybe in that situation because he can just probably counterattack me for it.
Kind of similar to how we beat Peachy King. Just wore him down.
That's another thing, let's see, I think I noticed from the last game. He'd catch me coming down from my jumps, which with a down smash, which would put me up right there where it looks like I'm combo food. He can just jump up and hit me with an aerial.
Yeah. And
Or an up tilt, which he just did.
It was a slight lead that just kept inching.
Up B. I'm not sure how I feel about up B against Luigi. It was decent, but I think, and Algebra did say this in Discord, nair would be better. Nair would definitely be better in terms of just piling on that damage, and it's less of a risk.
Inching farther away from his opponent.
Power shield. That was just a miss. That was a straight up mistake. That is not what I wanted at all. I didn't want the run off missile. I wanted the fall through missile, which wouldn't have done anything, but it wouldn't have put me off stage.
Oh.
Unfortunately, though, he also makes a mistake.
Yeah, that
So he bears me. He goes for this double bear,
was really questionable. if
but
happens to
the
run off
bomb hits him, takes his jump, and he dies. Right? That's pretty great.
But it worked
Snags the
out,
ledge,
worked
gets
out,
the
yeah.
gets the low percent kill.
It's really
Okay, so he's trying to meme on me here, I think. Like,
But
he's
when
like,
it's
oh
like,
man, this idiot hit me with this bomb. I'm gonna meme on him, right?
It's the low percent kill.
Like, I know he has invincibility, so I'm not gonna do something stupid, right? So I'm just gonna like, all right, I'll let him be there.
It's really crucial.
Go to the platform. That's it. Like, that's all I had to do is go to the platform. Like, he can't challenge me by wave dashing through me on a platform. Come on, dude.
Matchup.
That was a stupid idea, but it worked. That's all I'm gonna say about that charge shot.
He said, hello. Boom.
Yeah,
It did
that's
set
the
up for
first
that
time
nair,
I've
though,
seen
which is
charge
pretty
shot
good.
Combo into nair.
That's one of the things I also like about Battlefield is you can do that sort of Sheik-like thing where you
Yeah, that's the first
run
time
off
I've
the
seen charge shot
platforms
combo
and
into
do some
nair.
bears that'll catch people coming in. Like, because one of the things, if you're going to missile, the other player wants to come in and hit you where you are. But if you put out that bear, it'll hit them before they have a chance to put a hitbox out.
He did the ice straight up.
Now every time I see him up smash, I keep thinking about his invincibility. I learned something new.
This is another kind of dumb thing that I
Now
was
every
doing,
time I see him
which
up
is just
smash,
spamming missiles
thinking
until
about
he
his
would come in at me.
invincibility. I learned something new.
So
today.
I had a lead. See, that's where it worked out for me. That's where it worked out that standing missile. After doing a couple of those, he was ready for another timed gap, but I shot another one instantly.
It's a powerful tool, and the back end of it is like the back end where it starts is.
That was just a poor choice on his part that I was
It's
ready to
a
punish the
powerful
whole
tool.
time. Because what I couldn't punish last game was him going low and then up being to ledge. This time, and I was sort of ready for him to come at me. He finally
The back end
did,
of it is,
and I killed him
the
for
back
it.
end where it starts is super deceptively big.
Bad DI too.
Happens.
Yeah, he's completely turned this set around.
Good stuff.
There we go. That's another thing that I did against Tadio when I played him, which was I would shield the first aerial, spot dodge the second aerial, down smash, right? Because if you know he's going to put out that double aerial, if you take both of them on shield, then you have to wave dash out of shield punish, which is going to be too slow. Spot dodging both is hard to impossible. And then the other thing about shielding both of them is the shield pushback. And you don't want to, I could crouch cancel it, but that just does unnecessary damage when I can shield spot dodge.
Wow. He seems to be hitting Luigi off stage pretty well.
There we go.
And he's doing
I
it
know
so
about the
fast.
landing lag deal.
That's all it takes.
This is the juiciest part about like fighting Luigi, where it's like he has to side B at you. I'm like, yes, I can finally just do something that works against most characters.
Looks like.
And of course I mess it up, but he misses
And
the
an up
sweet
tilt.
spot.
Yeah, like I said.
Yeah. Not much Luigi can do with the recovery.
Yep. You have to perfectly sweet spot to get around that. Otherwise that up tilt's just gonna kill you. No one gets the meteor.
Do you know
Yeah,
how
I
the
was just
spike
kinda
hitbox works
dumb.
with the down air?
Luigi's?
Yeah.
So it's basically like
All right, so that was actually a setup that I went for semi-intentionally. So what I was thinking was, I'm going to come down with a nair. He'll get hit by it, right, if he's not shielding. Or if he's shielding, he'll get pushed off the platform, so it's going to be safe. So I thought this was a decent mix-up, considering he was so far to that side of the
Works
platform,
with the down air?
Luigi's?
Yeah.
So
right?
it's basically like
And then, if he misses that tech, I can actually start something with weak nair,
like
dash
there's
attack.
Like two
I liked
hitboxes
that.
and the waist hitbox. You have to hit
Of course, that also played negatively in my
So,
favor
it's
this
basically
way.
Like there's like two hitboxes.
Because he's right towards the edge of that platform. So when I try and hit him, he's going to slide right off. So what I want to do is, if I think that he's actually going to just land on the platform and not have a move out in time, I should probably want to come with a reverse nair and hit him on the other
Watch this
side
on the
instead of a
waist
nair
hitbox.
like that.
You have to hit that without hitting the downward hitbox at
Okay.
all. So it's like the downward hitbox, I think, the like lower hitbox, I think takes priority is one thing.
Okay. Happens has really good center control.
All right, Spetzer69 is like, Happens has good center control. I think I did. I think the whole thing about this game was that I actually forced Studebaker to approach. And whenever I had to force him to approach, he just couldn't.
That's one of the big differences in this game.
That was just sad. Like, he just missed a ledge dash and
so-
just got punished for it
No matter
really
what
hard.
has happened to the set, the person who started
Had he
out
gotten
with it
that,
kinda just
he wouldn't have made
controlled
that,
the whole time.
you know, ridiculous
Yeah.
comeback,
This
but
dude is-
it's actually just shocking to me. I lose game 1, 4-stock him game 2, and then, of course, game 3. Then game 3 happens, and it's something else. So he just goes immediately, like, he chooses FOD, and I was a little scared when he chose it, not because I was particularly worried about the stage, but because I had considered that a good stage for me at the beginning. So I'm like, I wonder if he's actually thinking like it's a better stage for him and I might be mistaken. You know, what kind of hidden tech does he have on this stage that I don't know about?
He's a thinker. He's pondering right now.
Going to Fountain.
So we
normally
go to
I think This is
Fountain.
a very strong Samus stage, but based on
Yeah.
how
See, and I start doing that thing where I just shoot missiles at him again. We're both at 0, so I'm just like, whatever. Dares are pretty good on this stage. Yeah, that's the thing I was kind of worried about, and this is also why I don't like this stage against Peach particularly, is that, yes, you can poke things through the platform, but also the punishment for when you get the punishment for when you miss poking things through the platform is pretty ridiculous. And yeah, the other reason I didn't really want to go here was the missiles. The platform sometimes would make it not possible to do the kind of missiles that I was doing on Battlefield. So I wasn't feeling it. Like an example would be what I was saying with the getting punished would be if I want to put like an up tilt through a platform and he down smashes me, suddenly I'm above him and he can fair me. Or he comes down with a nair that like onto a low platform and I try and up tilt him or forward tilt him or nair him or something. Suddenly it's his combo. So I wasn't excited about going to this stage, but I was still like, okay, I can make this work.
the Yoshi's game went. I think this is a smart
That was just a mistake.
counter pick.
Yeah.
There I go with the whole figure 8 deal. That's a pattern I think in my movement against a lot of characters when I'm like trying to put in some space. It's like I just sort of run in that figure 8 pattern, try and get away. Like whoa, 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 whoa through the platforms, and sometimes it works out. Like this one, I was able to get an up air only.
Doesn't want to go to
But I could have
like
gotten more.
Dreamland. FD's may be good, but I guess he didn't want too much space.
Yeah, I mean, so the commentators talking like, oh, well, why didn't you go FD? Well, I banned it. I banned FD. There's no way I would go there. Because, surprisingly enough, this was a top 8 set, but it was best of 3. So that was pretty cool.
It's hard to really determine the best counter pick, but I guess he didn't want too much space.
All right, so I know when he's shielding, I was going hopefully for the push-off. I don't think I was paying attention, though. Like, I don't remember what I was thinking about this, but he was facing the direction that will leave him actionable, as opposed to, like, getting stuck on the platform and just, like, pressuring his shield.
It's hard to really determine.
So that
the
wasn't a
counter pick,
great
but
choice.
I do like the idea of small stage.
Catching
was
the
well
roll.
before, so small stage.
That was a mistake, of course. One of, I think, I don't know if I'd call this like one of the defining traits of my playstyle, but it kind of would be the amount that I'm like air-to-airing people or like calling out their jumps with a nair or fair. I think that's part of the reason that Peach is one of my best matchups, is that I have a pretty good knack for determining when someone's going to be in the air and not have a hitbox out.
Go well now.
And that was the right idea, except I think I did
But
like
I
a
do
full
like the
hop
idea
instead of a short
Small
hop.
stage went well before, so small stage can go well now.
Yeah, there we go. If I did a short hop, I would have actually gotten that.
Yeah.
That is something that I think Fountain I can leverage a bit in this matchup, would be those wave dash off bears. They'll cover a lot, and you can get them out way quicker, considering the lower platforms.
Again,
Not respecting
Up
ledge
smash.
dash.
up smash. Stu dash. I like that. He's the only one who does it.
It's a Snoot original.
That was kind of silly. I mean, I knew he was going to try and put me in some sort of vortex mix-up and wave dash at me, so I'm like, just gonna spot dodge.
Slips off, gets the down smash.
That was a poor choice again.
This game feels like it'll be much closer than the previous two.
Yeah.
Really? You think it's gonna be closer? Hmm.
Yeah, they're both very aware of each other's tricks right now.
We're in it for the long run in this one.
There we go. Another time where I'm actually able to call
It's hard
someone
for
else
Luigi to challenge
jumps.
people up there. It's not like a character like Ice Climber shows an up air that kind of lasts long to challenge people up there.
That was a very silly interaction, which Algebra
It's not
clicked
like
and
a
shared.
character like Ice Climber shows an up air
I'm
that
like,
kinda
I'm gonna
lasts
down smash, right?
long to
He spot dodges, I spot dodge. He up smashes, it phantoms, and I hit him with the back hit of down smash. Very
go
nice.
up there. He has-
You look at him, like he noticed it. I only thought it was a little weird,
character like Ice Climber
but
shows an up air
Studebaker
that kinda
definitely
lasts long
noticed
to
it.
challenge people up there.
Look
He has-
at him. He's like physically pained at that one. So I think this was, I was looking at him the whole time, like when I first watched this set earlier today. So I just did a quick look over of it, which I did say already, I guess. But I was sort of looking at, what were his expressions as I hit him with certain things. Like, oh, that's so stupid. Why'd I get hit by that? Versus, oh, that's a good choice, because I think that's a different thing for, me to watch for. Sup, Kapil. Sup, fam. Yep, UCF is definitely why that happened. This was a UCF tournament. So I could have always blamed
A
that.
character like Ice Climber shows an up air that kind of lasts long to challenge people up there.
Yeah.
His own up air, but it's more of a swing.
That was just okay. Look, I've done I'm sorry, Samus mains who are watching this. I don't normally do that. The down smash to cover that missed tech. I was going for mega
He has
cheese.
his own up air,
I was
but
really hoping that it
more
would
of a
work.
swing.
That was a smart choice though, because Luigi's tournament winner is so free to punish. Oh, thanks for the congrats. I can't believe I won that weekly. I beat one of the bigger records, I guess, taking out, winning a 55-person weekly. There have been very few people in Austin who have done that, and I did it with Samus. Unfortunately, I didn't really have as many people there to challenge me for it. I mean, except I had Jamal, Seafoy, Socktastic, and Dadu, and then Tuesday would have had he not sandbagged. So there we go. Thank you for doing the Luigi command. I did put that in because it's a really great copy pasta, and I felt it was appropriate tonight as I play against Luigi.
You tell Stude isn't happy about that. It was really unfortunate. That was
Something I did during this set, and especially this game, that I think worked at least, was that I just went to the ledge. Because I'm like, okay, there are characters that can punish Samus for being on the ledge and stuff like that, but what's Luigi gonna do about it? I'm not sure that Luigi can do very much about me just being on the ledge. And then I think I can also convert a ledge option into a lot more. Yeah, so, thank you, Peach Tea, as well. Always excited to beat Seafoy. Now I have a winning record on him. I used to be, I think I was 0-1. Now I'm 2-1. So that was great. Tuesday went Marth, I think. I think he went Marth in winners. I don't know who he went in losers, but he was definitely sandbagging.
strange.
I haven't took a shower in 6 days. Thanks for the follow. That's pretty whack. You should probably take a shower, my dude. Oh, I got hit for that again. So dumb. I'm just... You ever watch yourself and go, wow, I think I'm really stupid? This is one of those times, because I've gotten hit for that so many times this whole set. You haven't had water for 6 days? Tomorrow you'll have water? All right. That's some good stuff. That was a not so fun time in my life when it was 2 years ago. It was the last 3 weeks of school before I moved out of my dorm, and the water, we didn't have water. So I just had to take showers in the gym. I had to go walk down to the gym and whatnot. It was, I don't know, it was like a 10-minute walk. That was pretty lame.
Yeah, Ledge Dash Up Smash. A classic.
The Stu Dash.
Mm-hmm.
I don't call it a stewed dash. That's stupid. Yes, I had to take showers at Greg. So Dobie, my water turned off, or like so there was a like my shower just backed up and would release dirty water up through the tub, and then it turns out it was because like there was some issue with the pipes or whatever, so they just turned off our water. Said, "Yeah, sorry." I'm like, "Well, I don't know what I'm gonna do. You know, I still have to take a shower. I'm not gonna be that guy." So, you know, I ended up going to Greg. One of the many reasons I hated that place. A crouch canceling down smash and down smashing. Some good stuff.
Yeah, missiles when Luigi's in the corner, pretty strong because if he's up.
I just jumped into that one. I'm not sure whether that was a good decision on his part to like read that I was gonna do that, or that I just did something dumb. Because had I fast fallen, I don't think it would have hit me.
Because if he's up the ledge, can't. I guess he could just like down B from the ledge, but it would be kind of weird.
Another bad up tilt. It doesn't do enough for me. I just need to start grabbing ledge against Luigi, or just going out and naring, which I didn't do this whole game or whole set for that matter.
Wouldn't be something that I would ever recommend, especially when you have a super strong ledge dash like Luigi does. Good follow.
That was kind of silly, although the worst I was expecting was a nair, and then he sent me like way off stage.
So it seems like neither player has a strong answer to when the other player's off stage.
That's actually a good, pretty informative thing that Spencer69 said. Like, I'm being all like, oh man, I'm really not stopping Luigi from getting back. But throughout the set, I think maybe Studebaker was dropping some of those edge guards as well. Like, and I was getting back when I shouldn't. So I was being a little hard on myself, just like maybe I'm like, man, you know, I would have won this set if I had better edge guards. And yeah, that's true, but, you know, Studebaker probably should have had better edge guards as well. Because neither of us know this matchup. There's no real Samus player in DFW, and there's no real Luigi player in Austin. So, I don't know, man. This isn't gonna be peak melee.
Kind of scared, it looks like. I would want to see more just like run off nair from Happens.
That was just bad. Like, the nair would have just been better for that reason. But yeah, like what I was saying, one of the things Brian asked me before the tournament, he's like, is there anyone you really don't want to play? And I'm like, I didn't have an answer at the time. I'm like, you know, I could take anyone here today. Is it said like Baker or Bacher? I think it's Baker, but if I'm mispronouncing multiple people's names wrong tonight, that would kind of suck. But I also there's a GoldenEye player who was tuning into some of my streams for that game, and his name's spelled Irie, and I said Erie, but it turns out it's Irie, and apparently I'm not the first person to make that mistake, which made me feel better. But yeah, I'm kind of sensitive to that since people mispronounce my name all the time, and you know think I'm a woman, and that's less fun.
Samus, for Samus recovering, Luigi really can't do that much. He can't reach too far to threaten because air mobility.
That was just silly on my part that I just kept bomb jumping. It was a little bit mindless.
So most of his kills are just gonna be like raw kills.
I had the right idea again, I think, which was go up there and do the fair or do a nair or a fair to beat the after tournament winners, but I was just late on it.
So most of his kills are just gonna be like raw kill.
Right, like if I just been earlier, it would have been better. Okay, maybe not happens. People don't mispronounce that, but like my actual name, Laren, who I get Lauren basically 100% of the time. So, you know, it's pretty typical. That's one of the reasons I chose Happens, is it's like so hard to mess that up. You can't misspell it. You can't mispronounce it. It's like a single English word, like that doesn't have any weird spelling quirks to it. So that's pretty good. Like I've only had one person misspell it, and it was semi-intentionally, and that was Jose, one of the Tipperonis. He spelled Happens with a Z I'm like, bruh, what are you
It's the
doing?
case in a lot of
There we go. That was an example of that suboptimal
like rock hills.
way of covering those double aerials,
Just-
right? Which was that crouch cancel down smash the second one instead of spot dodge it.
The case in a lot of Samus matchups. Samus doesn't
Yeah.
get.
Okay, did he just flip his hand? I didn't see that earlier when I was watching this.
Is the case in a lot of Samus matchups.
Oh, okay, no. He was just messing with his glasses. All right, that's better. I was like,
Samus doesn't
dude,
get very often. For edge
shield
damage.
poke.
She's
Now I
flipping.
just need to, and I think he realized that I realized what was happening because I'm like, I know what I need to do. I need to hold the ledge. That's how I'm going to do it. So he put out that fireball to beat me, which was good choice. Like that was a good choice on his part.
He dies off the top pretty easily.
At this point, it's like I need to quit taking trades. Drop shield. Like you can actually just drop shield to
Gotta
punish
jump
that. It's
back.
really hilarious.
Here in the crowd, some of the awesome people cheering for Happens.
That was no. That's I'd need to never do that again. That's so bad.
Got their boy.
That charge shot from the ledge just barely ever works out. You're never gonna hit someone unless you just happen to have a extremely hard read on them. So it's just not even worth it, to be honest. Like it's like, why bother?
That was a sick down angled forward smash.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't think that would hit. Good on Happens to know. This is still a tight game.
I think some of my smash attacks are a bit safer than they otherwise could be or should be because Luigi just gets pushed pretty far away. I think that's worked out in my favor a lot more than I would have expected.
Game.
Good down air.
That was sort of desperate. I was like, dude, I need to put back together a lead for myself. That would have been a really nice way to close that gap, is if I could have gotten that charge shot.
The shield.
That was bold.
Yeah, forward
That
tilt.
was bold.
I don't know what happened. Like, I literally don't even know how this was able to happen.
The shield.
That was bold.
Right? So,
Yeah, forward
That was
tilt
bold.
flanks the missile.
I don't even know. Like, I wasn't DIing out. Or I don't think I was DIing out. And he hits me with, like, a reverse fair. That's not what he wanted. I know that's not what he wanted. That's so... Whatever.
That didn't feel like it would kill.
Okay, so one of the things Algebra said when, like, in the Twitch chat, which I did see some of that, so I saw a couple of, Mock calling me a pussy and, Pogd, saying some other things about me. So that's always great. Love reading Twitch chat whenever I come on. But, yeah, so one of the things Algebra said was, I need to quit being aggressive in these bad spots and approaching Luigi in the air. So I guess that gets back a little bit to what I was saying earlier. I guess part of my style is air-to-airing people. And maybe that's just not the kind of strategy I want to go for against Luigi. And then I think by this point, I'm just like, okay, I need to make something happen now. I can't just keep camping.
Trades. Yep, immediate up B.
Nope.
That's usually downer.
Yeah,
down, in between
spot
your
dodge,
fingers,
down
but
smash.
Samus is one of the few characters
There we
with
go.
Quick enough out of shield option to just completely beat it. It looks like.
That was one that I thought he was going to just land on stage, but he charged it for long enough he could go below the stage.
This is pretty tense.
See, basically crouch
Yeah,
cancel, but
yeah,
like
they're
every
gonna kill it,
percent
and the misfire right in time.
punishable.
Good air dodge. Didn't follow him up there.
That could have ended so badly for me. Good thing that he only got that weak bear.
He just wants the kill.
He does.
He just wants
It
it.
really does. One forward smash, one big down smash outside. A power missile.
One missile to the face.
This was so dumb, and I'm going to replay it because
Okay.
it's that
Big down
dumb.
smash outside. A power
I'm
missile.
charging in the middle of the stage.
Oh!
He misfires into me.
One big down smash outside. A power missile.
One missile to the face. Oh!
There we go. That's some good stuff right there. That is
One
so
big down smash
hot.
outside. A power missile.
One missile to the face. Oh!
All right.
Oh.
All right, one more time. One more time for the
One
fans.
big
Okay.
down smash outside. A power missile.
One missile to the face. Oh!
The other thing What was I gonna say? Algebra said in the Twitch chat, he's like, or not in the Twitch chat, in Discord afterwards, he's like, you know, that misfire, he didn't do that right, and you should have just been charging. And my answer to that is, I was charging. I just stopped when I saw him misfire. So, I was thinking about this.
Okay, okay.
Another last
Yeah, we have ourselves a set.
last game situation. Ooh.
All right, that's kind of one of those desperation setups I have, which is just like shoot missile charge shot. One of them hopefully it hits, right? If it hits, does some good
That was
damage.
good.
Spot
That was
dodge.
good.
That would have been better again if he didn't have that, if he wasn't facing that way, so he got knocked off the platform.
Smart.
Got eaten up by that charge shot.
There we go.
Oh, good back air out.
This was, I think, the interaction that basically lost me this game. What I should have done is shielded and nair out a shield, but I thought I would have just enough time to be able to forward smash him.
Charge shot. Oh, good back air out.
And this actually gives me an idea. So what I had been doing before is the shield, spot dodge, down smash to beat those double aerials, but I could also just back up and do an up tilt. And especially if I can catch him grounded like that, that's a very good pop-up into a combo. So I do that, I trade, and that's very bad
To ledge.
because, like, I don't get, he gets back to just this for free. I miss that tournament winner.
Now I'm just here making noises.
Ooh,
'Cause I'm so tense.
At this point, I'm starting to just get really nervous because I know that like one or two more up smashes is or something like that is going to kill me. But I need to put out some risky moves to be able to make this happen.
Not gonna
See,
One
oh,
more,
wait,
like
up
one
smash.
more anything
So
is going
whip
to
punish,
kill me
one
at
more
this
of those,
point.
and that's definitely it. No way
Yeah.
Samus is gonna live that again.
And Luigi going back,
And there he goes, yeah. Forward air.
back and forth. Oh, good stuff by Sude. Good. And Luigi going back and forth. Oh, good stuff by Sude. Good stuff.
Follows him.
You can see
Ah,
the look of,
that's
I think you could also see the look of relief on his face.
Oh, good stuff.
Either that or he's just, you know, doing the whole, ooh, dude, I feel for you. But I didn't SD or anything. So I'm thinking a bit that was probably like a look of
Yeah.
relief. You know, like, whew, I almost
Luigi
lost
going back
that.
and forth.
You know,
Oh,
guy was better than I expected, hopefully.
good
You know what I think I
stuff by
did?
Sude. Good
I
stuff.
said
Follows
good
him.
games. I fist bumped
Oh,
him.
that was exhausting.
I walked off. You also, if you look on the left, you can see me give a
Pretty
thumbs
intense
up
Enoch
to all the
girlfriend
Austin
out
crew. Yep, there I am, giving a thumbs up. Because everything was good.
The warm embrace.
I was not salty. Unlike when I played against Arsenals. I was not salty. Yeah, and then the rest of this is just commentary, of course. Versus... I wasn't planning on watching another Luigi set, but I'm sort of. I guess I'm sort of on that kick for a second. See, is this showing up? Yeah. Yeah, I know. I don't know why they did that. Or I guess it makes some sort of sense because that's streamed, but it's never, and it should be like recorded, I guess, but it doesn't make it to YouTube. So if they say anything good or informative or whatever during that commentary, it is generally lost. That's one of the things about like games done quick for like speed runs. They always include all their setup time, like just split up over the different videos because people have, you know, things said during that time that they want recorded. Here's me where I won against Luigi.
The last is
They're
faster
almost the
game.
exact same.
So I want to see like what's
Yeah,
kind of
just
different.
patterns.
Yeah.
Also, the commentary on this one is going to be better, I know, because Trademark is on there, as opposed to, like, I don't know, Spencer69 I thought was doing a good job. I wasn't as much of a fan of what Jagged Cole was saying.
All right, game on a battlefield.
All right, wave dash back, F tilt, F
Good
tilt,
choice not picking FOD. I would not
jabs,
ever agree
F
with
tilts.
that
I'm already playing this pretty differently. Now that I'm looking back on it.
ever. Game on a battlefield. Good choice not picking FOD. I would not ever agree with that ever.
Yeah, not absolutely not.
There we go.
So yeah, I mean the thing about it is like Luigi thrives on.
And now I'm sort of doing the Peach thing, where it's like a mix-up between,
So yeah, I mean the thing about it is
like, once I get him in the air, do I
Luigi
nair him
thrives on,
again or
taking
not?
time to get in, and he can get in whenever he wants. Samus is just gonna poke you out.
Hold on, someone's on my door. All right, some dude was looking for Becky. Becky is not here. I don't know anyone named Becky, so yeah, that was pretty whack.
But time to get in, and he can get in whenever he wants. Samus is just going to poke you out. But the beauty is that Luigi can pop people up and hits you, knocks you away pretty solidly.
Yeah, Luigi's gonna be
There we go. That's a thing I do against a lot of players, but it didn't work against Dude. I don't think
little
was
bit.
Luigi can pop people up and hits you, knocks you away pretty solidly.
yeah, Luigi's
fair up B classic.
gonna be a little better at keeping Samus in the air.
Definitely.
So these characters both suck at getting back.
There we go.
down,
There was that
but
spot touch
Luigi's a
thing I
little
was
better
saying.
at not letting that happen.
Yeah, and because Luigi likes to be in the air and Samus doesn't, it means that there's going to be a lot less things for Samus to crouch cancel. That was weird. I'm surprised that that space forward so from happens and it works. Gets punched.
This is actually so Trademark. All right, let's listen to what Trademark
That
says.
was weird. I'm surprised that that space forward so from happens and it works. Gets punched in the dick.
So let's look at that again for a second.
That was weird. I'm
That is
surprised
surprisingly
that
apt. That is exact. Look at that. That is a very that is a perfect dick punch right there. See that? It's very, very perfect. I don't think I've ever gotten a more perfect dick punch in my whole
Gets
life.
punched in the dick and goes flying off the side of the
There we
ladder.
go.
That was a bold move. Honestly, it happened. I'm surprised that happened. That happened for happens. Lol.
That was very,
Classic
very
there.
much a critical
Another thing
hit.
too about this matchup is that if you up B unsafely, Luigi's just gonna hit you.
Oh yeah,
really
absolutely.
hard for it.
So don't mess up.
Yeah. And like
Here I think I'm playing this better than I actually was against Dude, which was I'm chilling out. I'm sort of trying to do that, react to them wave dashing in type of thing. And I'm
you
just
can
putting out some
shield
jabs
the
and forward
missiles
tilts.
and then come in like that and just coming out of nowhere and just slide on in.
The other thing, though, is that the way Tadio's playing this
The missiles and then come in like that.
is
just
when
coming
I'm
out of-
trying to missile him, he would instead choose to hit me before I hit the missile, as opposed to wave dashing under and hitting me with that up smash. He's just going for this back air immediately. I don't know which is better.
nowhere and just slide on in.
Yeah,
It's real
both
nice
these
to see.
characters.
Crouch
he's, like,
cancel.
almost solely waved.
That's what I want to have happen, like when I shoot those double missiles. But I think I get a little bit too crazy with those.
Dash to gain positions and kind of that way.
Yeah.
Luigi a little more quicker than Samus, but they both are going to use wave dashes a lot to get where they need to be.
There we go.
Yep.
Although they can both stuff each other's wave dashes with their down smashes, which are both really good.
Yeah,
And-
that's true.
Oh, that is.
Oh, that's
wow.
That's one of my favorites ever.
Dashes.
And I wanted to get one of these against Dude so bad. I really wanted one. And so I was always looking
Although
for it.
they can both stuff each other's wave dashes with their
Just
down
to
smashes,
stuff.
which are both really,
Look at that.
really good.
Yeah, this is true.
Oh, that is.
Oh, that's
wow,
unfortunate.
that was.
That was
ooh,
crazy.
Caught his jump real fast. That was the hardest stuff I think I've ever seen.
The hardest stuff Tanuki has ever seen, ever. Dang. I like that.
Oh yeah. And the thing about matchups like this is it's those little.
So I guess that really swings things in my favor. And I think had I gotten one of those against Dude, it would have been a lot better for me. Just because the swing factor of this, it's like there isn't that much of a swing. Like you can't just take a stock immediately for the most part in Samus-Luigi.
Tiny moments are like that, you know.
Yeah.
Whereas like spacey matchups, it's like okay, you comboed me, I can combo you right back next stock. This
Yeah.
one, it's like, am I gonna catch your double jump next stock?
Yeah.
No, not
and a
really.
lead like this and a matchup like this is incredible. Like he's already won. If he grabs ledge, I like.
That was unnecessary. If I were happens, I would have dropped down and buried him.
Yeah.
But I'm also, I do something. So
That's actually, so Trademark talked about this for a second. It's like this kind of matchup, you can get away with a lot more of, like, I have this such huge lead that I could have gone and finished that by just going out and bearing, but that may not have been the best option, and because I could have lost my stock, and that would have made it easier for him to come back. But if I let him just get back to stage, what is he gonna do about it? Honestly, like
happens at the safer option.
Yeah. He gets the whole.
he still has a whole
stock
like
little
2.5 stocks
Yeah.
to kill me.
And the beauty is, like you were saying, this is a different kind of matchup. So even though he did let him come back, he's still just gonna keep tacking on damage.
Yeah.
And it's very unlikely for Tadio to be able to keep this going for.
That should have been just a
Turn in the
charge.
dome
Same thing against Dude I
all the
did.
way back.
Tadeo dying at the low percent was actually so good for Samus right there.
Yeah.
I thought
Getting low
that
kills
might
in
not
early,
be a
getting
GameStop
early kills in
trade,
footy
but
matchups
it
is
ended up being a GameStop
incredible.
trade.
Yeah, exactly. Especially even if you're like not that close in skill level, it still
Yeah.
means the world of difference. And these two do appear to be very close in skill level.
That went way quicker than I thought. That was actually faster than some spacey.
That's 0 to death, man. That's what it was. And then after that, they were just brawling for a little bit.
Yeah.
I had much longer hair in this
2 minute,
video.
41-second game. Oh yeah.
Wait, no, but the thing about Pan, because he likes Yoshi.
Ooh, all right. Baited him into the Yoshi's pick.
So yeah, he counterpicked. Now that I think about it, this makes a lot of sense. The fact that I guess the order of the games were reversed a bit. Instead of starting on Yoshi's and me going to Battlefield, like we start on Battlefield and then he goes Yoshi's. So yeah, more evidence that I shouldn't be going Yoshi's in this matchup if I can avoid it.
So what did he ban? Stadium?
FD.
FD probably actually.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. I keep forgetting that that's a stage that
Samus
Samus
is
doesn't
not
like.
good at. She cannot land.
You know, she
Yeah.
just stays in the air and
That's
has to
stupid.
like do some crazy jank stuff to get down.
Ooh.
That spot dodge.
I remember specifically from this set just getting a ton of crouch cancel down smashes.
Gotta be careful.
Yeah, and this is the thing. Like when, I don't know. That was sucks.
That was a shield poke.
That-
I didn't get hit by a misfire in my set with Stu, so I guess that's pretty good.
thing. Like when
This was just so silly.
that was sucks.
Because the thing about a misfire is that it goes way higher than the regular up B. Like way, way higher. So you're like, oh, he's just going to side B into the side of the stage.
That was a shield
Just
poke. That
kidding,
also
you
comes
get
back.
hit.
Comes back for retaliation.
Yeah, jumps right over the stanky leg and kicks him.
Stuffs in. Oh. Yeah, I'm like learning every second I watch this because I've never seen a matchup like this. I mean, I'm sure I have, but
Yeah, it's like
often.
Luigi just hits harder, but
That is the one I also do against like, Peach or Marth or Floaty, your characters. That fair, you wait, and then either you can go immediately. It's like 50-50. Either you go immediately and hit him with an air, or you wait and then you hit him with an air.
Samus has stuff. Like
Yeah.
Samus can kick you out with tilt. Samus has a better out of shield game options.
Luigi's too floated to crouch cancel Samus' down smash, I think.
Yeah.
Just a barrage right now.
Get in on
Gets
me,
a little
dude.
5%.
And then he
Ooh.
does.
Yeah, but he keeps the barrage going. It doesn't stop when he sees Tadeo coming in, so he gets chopped in the head for it.
Something I think that was good about that
Tadeo
one,
coming in, so he gets chopped in the head.
like I was doing these forward tilts, which are punishable, but I'm doing forward tilt, holding down, and wave dash in, jab, down smash is a thing a lot of Luigi players I think will do. So that was a good choice.
Man, another thing that I'm learning about this game too is just like with every match, you have to know what can be crouch canceled and what can't be. Because especially against like Samus,
That would have been better had I done that
you
against Dude.
If you touch them, like, you know they're crouch canceling. You know they're crouch canceling.
Yeah, right.
You know that's happening.
That makes Samus good and bad. It's the one thing you know you have to deal with, but it's like so much pressure that you're gonna mess up and get smacked.
Yeah.
Because by all means, you can avoid it forever if you just don't like try and mess with it. But
Yeah, but like that
Hold that-
air got
yeah.
crouch canceled.
yeah.
That was well above Happens' helmet.
Ooh, I thought he was gonna forward smash.
I thought
Maybe
he
he
was gonna
tried to.
grab ledge.
Oh,
So
gets hit by the nair.
Yeah, Happens just sitting there throwing out some tilt.
That's okay. I think that's another difference between like Teddio and Studebaker. He was hitting me with like these fairs, like, or he was trying to hit me. He wasn't doing the wave dash under up smash to punish me for the missiles. Stu did that. And I think that's kind of one of the bigger things that made these sets different.
Tilts back to chopped right through. Happens shrugging it off. Probably because Tadeo's at 84%.
And he
He's
has
like
0.
1 or 2 strong hits away from death.
I don't know what Samus practice besides like Mervis Tadeo would have. Oh my god, he gets it again. Oh, is he gonna? Oh.
Nah. Now right there, I'm not sure why Happens just abandoned the situation entirely. Tadeo had used his double jump. He could have just challenged it.
Yeah.
I don't know why he got out of there.
Charge.
At this
That's the
moment,
right idea.
You don't want to play super safe or super scared because that's how comebacks happen. Like right
Yeah,
now,
yeah.
Tadeo's in a pretty decent position now.
Ooh, not anymore.
Shield, spot dodge, down smash. It's real.
Yeah, someone like I've thought about this a little bit, but like if the person who's under pressure starts pressuring the person who's like in the dominant position, I feel like they get way more scared really fast.
Yeah, because now they're not only under pressure, but there's that lingering thought of, oh, I was just winning.
Yeah.
Let me get back to my winning ways, and then they usually play safer. And
Yeah, you do need to go to some more big tournaments. Well, you know, you could have come with us to the Arcadian, but you didn't. Sorry. No, I'm kidding. No. Well, you know, bigger tournaments. There are going to be some coming up, of course. The 29th, there is the Austin Monthly. Of course, you know about that one since you're helping run it. And, you know, that's going to be a really good source of practice for Austin players. Just, you know, in general. The fact that Austin, San Antonio, San Marcos, like Dallas and Houston are all having monthlies, it's going to get pretty ridiculous because going to the San Antonio SM and Austin ones already, that's 3 weekends of monthlies in a month, like that we can get some serious practice at.
they don't do the things that got them in that position in the first place, as well as allowing the other person to open them up more.
Yeah. Tadio's gonna get knocked off stage. Yep, with the down
He
smash.
needs to stop doing that. There.
Yeah, rip.
Tadio's gonna get knocked off stage. Yep, with the down
He
smash.
needs to stop doing that.
It's kind of sad. Well, I mean, I get not being interested in Arcadians, and because normally I would say no either because I'm like, nah. And once I even thought about it on the drive up, like, is it really worth going to an Arcadia when I could just go to a tournament where there are going to be people, like I can go headhunting? Because somebody I really want to play in tournament, Blue's Clues. I really want to play him because like think it's like my best matchup. Like, and I don't know, I just have so much practice against Peach. I feel like I could take him out on a good day. So one of the things that I'm thinking is like, you know, is that worth going? Like, is it worth going to an Arcadian where I'm not going to get those kind of sets? But this one, I'm like, I actually have a shot at winning it, which I think I did. So yeah, that's why I wanted to go. People sending me messages.
That there.
Yep.
That's
Rip.
Gets him with a charge missile or a little strong missile.
Yeah.
That puts Tadio at 7? No, that puts him at 9th.
Yeah.
Tadio got
Yeah, I
9th.
want to say that's nice.
Double float elimination. I don't think he's gonna like that a whole lot.
No, no.
Okay, so I'm checking the Samus Discord. Algebra's like, if you want to look at some Samus-Luigi, there's one of, let's see, Davis versus Groovy Green Hat. I think I'm gonna do that one. He said Drug Fox was looking at it and liked everything that Davis was doing. So I guess I'll give this one a go. Different because it's not going to be my own video.
Alright, and looks like...
Dude,
You don't feel like you have a good shot at... I think you... I don't know if you could have won that Arcadian, but I think you could have gotten, like, top 3. I think any of me, you, or Socktastic could have gotten top 3. Honestly. It's just the way the bracket ended up going that it didn't happen that way. Because, like, for example, Jeff got 4th, right? I beat Jeff the last 2 times we've played. And then Pichukeen beat Tadua in a money match at the event. And Tadua won the whole thing. I don't know. I feel like it was kind of a toss-up, and it could have gone differently had I just, played different players.
Who Burble is, right?
yeah, Fox...
What happened to him? Like, isn't he? I feel like he should come to these.
Okay, that was kind of silly.
Who Burble is,
First thing, he's doing
yeah,
like the same
Fox.
thing I was at the beginning of that at the beginning of my thing with Taddeo, where I'm just like putting out some tilts
I feel like you should
and
cover
having
these,
Luigi come in.
you know,
That was kind of a
very well.
silly idea though, to do that dare.
Cares about playing that much now. It's like it's a lot like you know Nat.
Yeah, what happened to him?
I don't know, but I mean like it's the same thing. I think it just kind of lost interest in playing or just
Third
have
place
work or
champ?
something.
Yeah.
Good coverage with that forward tilt.
That is true. Didn't he get third place at all three or
Place
work or
champ?
something?
Yeah.
That is true. Didn't he get third place at all three Arcadians he went to?
Yeah, exactly.
That's
Which
tough
is
break.
amazing. Yeah.
Yeah, this seems like an interesting matchup. I feel like it would be in Samus' favor because Luigi doesn't really have any moves aside from maybe like 4-tilt to really contest the missiles.
So I actually haven't watched Davis
Tornado. He can use Tornado.
play very much. Can you tell?
Commentary. Commentary in these kind of matchups, you just kind of, unless it's someone who plays one of these characters or similar, I don't think you can trust it very much. It's just like someone says, like if you're getting just multiple spacey players talking about, you know, what they think Samus and Luigi should be doing to each other, it's like, bruh.
Tell me something about him, like how.
Very, very smart and patient Samus.
I do that dash
I've
attack
played
as well,
before.
like to try and cover people on the ledge like that. Doesn't really work.
Quite
I don't
good.
think.
We've had a couple close sets in the past. He's won both of them, but he's a solid Samus from
All right, good fair.
if
I
you
think
say
Brooklyn.
Davis,
Okay.
Okay.
Yes.
That's awesome.
I do like that wave dash on the platform, and the wave dash jab is the right idea. I just don't think he wave dashed far enough.
If
I think
you say
Brooklyn.
Davis, okay.
Yes.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I
he's
really
an
like
excellent
that. Like, I'm gonna have to do that, man. That was some good stuff.
Samus not to be messed with right now. Right now with the lead over Groovy Green Hat. Gets the karate chop. Wrong way though. Not the type of Bloodslot your karate chop action you want.
That was a decent air dodge.
So I have no idea what this matchup is like. I can assume.
Not too sure, but I guess learning over time right now. It seems like, I mean, both characters have fairly strong wave dashes. I feel like Luigi may control the ground a bit more from a close range and boxing standpoint.
Yeah, that's just
But from a far
unfortunate.
range
You gotta
standpoint,
hit
I
those.
feel like Samus would have the advantage just for the sake of missiles. Just for the sake of missiles and Luigi not having the
That's like nightmare fuel. Luigi just hits you with like 3 moves, and suddenly you're almost
best
losing.
aerial mobility.
Yeah, but like missiles are equivalent to like throwing a paper plane at somebody. It doesn't really do.
Yeah, but
You
Luigi,
can do a
I
lot.
think he may have like 4-tilt or some moves to maybe I don't know how many moves Luigi has to combat.
That was just no.
Maybe
What are you?
I
Are you
don't know
real?
How many moves Luigi has to combat? Oh no, that was
Sheridan
definitely a
just said
mistake.
This matchup is actually a ditto.
I'll take Sheridan's word for it, but so far pretty even. I'll take Sheridan's word for it, but so far pretty even at the moment.
Well, yeah, don't take 3 hits from Luigi and die, but you know, so that is a fair point. Although it could happen. But Luigi's damage output, you just get hit by some moves, and you're like, wow, I'm already at 70. How did that happen? And that's what happened at the beginning of my set with Stude. It was like, wow, I just lost.
Yeah.
I just got hit by a couple moves, and now I'm at 70. I thought I was winning.
Oh, that up smash was definitely unintentional. But you see what I mean by like how Groovy Green Hat's kind of pushing like
Something I'm already noticing about Davis is that he's very just stationary. Like, he's not running around a lot and doing crazy stuff. He's just sort of he has a very narrow range where he's playing around.
when he gets into pressure, he kind of doesn't let Davis breathe.
Oh, someone knocked on my door again. Nobody this time, I guess.
Yes, actually,
Yeah.
sorry.
I did. I said he's like, dude, like I opened the door and he's like, I think I got the wrong place. And I'm like, well, okay, who are you looking for? He's like, Becky. And I'm like, yeah, I don't know Becky. Also, I still have mail. I went to check my mailbox and there was mail from multiple previous tenants like 2, I think, and neither of them were Becky. I don't think. I would have to check. I was like, I don't know what to do because my mailbox was stuffed with like all these catalogs for things, and I'm like, I really don't care about getting the catalog for Pottery Barn, thanks. You know, I'd rather not. That would be better if I didn't.
Dude, sorry, I was reading the chat, and if you didn't know, I can't do 2 things at once. So
That was a really cool fastball.
I was
He just,
and if
that
you
was
didn't know,
so
I can't
fast.
do 2 things at once.
Look at that.
So that's why they respond.
Oh,
Sorry.
looking for the Buzz Lightyear. Look,
How much longer do I think Melee has, and is it too late to give competitive Melee a shot? Let's see. For the first question, basically forever. For the second question, it's not. So at this point, I think competitive Melee is sort of able to sustain itself because we're actually seeing new players, including people like myself, come in because of the amount of stuff and the publicity that Melee has, the amount of videos that are out there, the local tournaments, and all of those exist and draw new people into the game, which is how these games actually live. Because if you look at something like Super Turbo, it's not doing as well because they're not getting new people into that game. They're just only keeping tournaments alive with people who already played Super Turbo. And in terms of too late to give Melee a shot, it's like, my opinion on that has always been, it's like somebody saying like, oh, is it too late to get into tennis? You know, I'm never going to be as good as, you know, top tennis players. You know, Rafael Nadal is always going to, you know, push my shit in, you know, at tennis, right? I mean, come on, if you like playing the game, you know, play it. For some people, you know, it's possible for them to be the best. I mean, that's not possible for everyone, but it doesn't mean that, you know, you shouldn't play the game. Anyway, lukewarm takes. I don't think that's a particularly hot take, like to answer either of those questions, but probably not a majority. I don't know if those are 100% opinions.
looking for the forward air, does not get it. Gets a back air. My gosh, that down air spike.
Oh man. Oh wow,
That was a really nice up tilt. I'm gonna watch that again.
Oh man.
Wave dash in, wave dash back out, up tilt.
Gosh, that down air
Dude.
spike.
Oh man.
Baiting it out. That was so nice.
Oh wow, that was
Up
really
tilt.
good tilt, yeah.
Good nair by Ruby Hat.
I love one thing I really every Samus player, well not every Samus player, but I feel like if you play Samus,
Oh, I like that
you
nair.
have to be an intelligent Samus player to do well.
Okay, never mind. You know what I said earlier about commentators knowing nothing? There we go. They definitely know things. If you want to be a good Samus player, you have to be intelligent as well. Definitely true. So I want to think that, honestly, but I have heard that from a couple people. One of the people who told me that recently was Ace, a.k.a. No John's John, that dude. He was telling me, he's like, I actually really like playing against Samus because you can tell that the Samus player is thinking about stuff, because Samus isn't a character where you can just spam things and win. You have to be thinking about it. Yeah, that second Smash dock is coming up. I'm wondering what that's going to do for the scene, because we're already a little bit past the dock era at this point, because in terms of Melee eras, of course you want to call 2013, like that's definitely the dock kid type of era, but people who started back in 2013, that's 5 years ago. That's the same amount of time between Brawl's release and the Smash dock, right? Like that's a fairly large amount of time. And if I was going to say like a new era, I'd probably say that there's a new wave of players ever since probably 2016 or maybe 2017, where it was all these controller issues were becoming a lot more of a big deal. Controller issues, Smash boxes, learning more about like the whole, you know, how Melee handles controller inputs, Armada dropping out of DreamHack Austin because he didn't have a good enough controller and he couldn't find a controller he was happy with in time. People, just when you have like completely new people coming in, when 20xXTE is a thing, UCF is a thing, shield drop notches are basically mandatory as you're starting, but not really, but people think that. People think that like they're missing dashbacks and that's why they're losing, right? That I think is kind of the newer wave of people. That's what I would definitely put it. I think it would actually be pretty big if it was just on like Netflix and just available to people. Just like people who watch other gaming related stuff. Like say you watch The King of Kong, right? Like about Steve Wiebe and Billy Mitchell, their whole battle for Donkey Kong world record. It's like, and then you get recommended the Smash doc, or the opposite. It's like you see all these vaguely related gaming things, and it'd just be good in that respect. Because even someone who's not too interested and is in the right, just fits the kind of demographics that might like Melee, might just see it. Because Netflix is pretty good at doing that kind of stuff. The barrier to entry for Melee is very compared to all the other esports. I agree. No, actually, I know. Very high. It's very high. I guess the better news is, or I'm not sure how to think of this, is that the monetary cost is very low. But the barrier in terms of accessibility is still much higher than a PC games. But if you happen to have a CRT lying around, which is actually going to be, I think, a problem eventually, as people don't just have them lying around their house, because I did. That's when I started Melee, I just had one in my house. And then not just having GameCube controllers lying around either, and Melee just lying around, right? Because if you already have those things, it's like, wow, I can start playing, because they were popular casual games. But then now it's like, oh, I need to buy a controller, which are hard to find. I need to buy an adapter for netplay, and that's like your bare minimum. Or you could be like, I need to go track down a Wii and a setup and all that stuff, like, and be able to do that. And then what I also think will eventually hurt Melee is netplay, because it'll stop people from keeping the local scenes alive, which to me is really what Melee is. It's like the local scenes, and that's where the community is. It keeps all the bad attitude type of people out of the community, I think, since they're not really the kind to want to show up to those events. You can't, if you're going to be a meanie, like, in person, you have to be, like, it's much different than being a meanie online. What's my opinion on new Westfall's clone Falco players that refuse to play lame, can do tons of tech skill? Yeah, I mean, there are much better places to put your time than just multi-shining, and hopefully these people can learn that. The funny thing is that, and okay, this is a meme at this point a bit, Westfall does play pretty lame. Like, of course, that's all relative, but comparatively to, I don't know, to ShizWiz or something, I really don't think he's as aggressive as people say. Anyway, I'm going to get back to this match, because I want to see how this first game goes. Like, how does Samus deal with not having a lead against Luigi? Since I think that's something I struggled with in my sets against Luigi.
Very, very calculated.
Very calculated, very methodical. And I really like that about Samus.
Yeah, you can't really push it the limits, otherwise it's pretty easy to get punished.
I feel like every Samus that's like really good is like plays
Good forward tilt.
See, that's a time when grabbing the ledge would have been really good, because that up tilt just never works. Come on.
is like plays
Good forward tilt.
That's actually just kind of a tricky area to cover, I think. Because it's so, like, it's hard to react to know that you missed it and get there in time.
The edge guard. Do you think you could have up tilted, but that's a tough.
Yeah, they switch out, like, I actually remember being in a hotel one time when they just switched out they were switching out all the CRTs, and this was like 7 or 8 years ago, like, getting flat screens. CRTs just aren't like desirable pieces of equipment. People will pay to have them recycled, right? And also, most of the later ones, like they're just very big and bulky and heavy and not very suited for taking places or just transporting in general. And like if there's not already a scene that's like about keeping them, it's hard to just have them around. And I don't think they're going to go extinct. It's just like if you're a new Melee player, it's like you have to go track one down. And now that like Goodwill doesn't accept them and stuff like that, it's way harder to just go in and buy one. Because I bought one at Goodwill. Like I bought my TV that I use for most things, take out to tournaments, at Goodwill for $10.
Situation. 3D did a solid job at getting back to stage.
Does I have Spaceball still play?
Spaceball?
I have Spaceballs. I think that was his name. Maybe not.
I don't know.
That was actually a good mix-up on the
I have
Luigi's
Spaceballs,
part.
I think it
I
was-
thought he was dead. Because he bonked his
I don't
head,
know.
right? But he still
Is
makes it back.
Solid Samus, if I remember correctly. Where was he from? The name
Spaceballs, okay, to answer their question for anyone who cares, Spaceballs does still play, just he doesn't really travel anywhere. So that's fun. All right, peace out, Wogla Fungi. Thanks for coming in.
familiar.
He was super flat.
Shouts to 69.
Hello, what?
Super fun to watch. I feel like
I thought you said something else.
I feel like YCZ took that spot of being like the entertaining.
Okay, YCZ, he's an entertaining Samus, but not in the same way. I have Spaceballs is just running in and doing crazy stuff all the time. Like, something that I have Spaceballs will do, and Daryl does this as well, is, like, he'll just, like, wave dash in and up tilt your shield at, like, max range, like, from whatever distance he is, and gets it right every time. And Daryl will do that too, but, like, other Samus, like, Host doesn't do that, right? And then a YCZ, I think he has a really stiff Samus, in my opinion. Like, it's sort of, I don't think his movement is all that great necessarily. Not like that's a bad thing. You can do, like, I think his Samus is great, but it's just like every clip I've seen of him, he's very stiff, but he does very technical things, and he makes really good reads, and like he makes very just smart decisions all the time that I'm like, wow, this guy's actually cool. I have Spaceballs. He can like anime if he wants. Great. I'm happy for him. Like, Duck also likes anime, and, you know, I idolize him somewhat in terms of my Samus gameplay. That's fine. Other people can like things. Just because I hate things doesn't mean that, like, I don't think other people should enjoy them. That's fine, Brian. Just chill. You can go watch with your anime girls, whatever. I don't care.
Yeah, Leon is definitely the technical Samus right now, but right into the match right now. Last stock. Trying to contest right now. And it seems like Davis is starting to control the air a little bit more than his last stock right now. Calculated decisions going on. Gets another up B.
He's building small. He's building up, or chipping away at this lead, like with little small things as opposed to like a big gimp. I think that's probably a better way of going about it than what I was doing in my set with
yeah,
Stewed.
catches the roll. What does he get? Another slab. Gets the edge cancel on the down air. Let's see. Up tilt. Bait finds the roll. Wow. Down smash is, yes, charge shot is still online.
Oh, no.
Oh, no. It was a weak charge
That
shot,
felt
though.
predictable.
Weak charge shot? That's not a thing. I mean, weak as in it was a weak attempt. That's accurate. Weak as in, like, it's the weak hit. That's not real.
I don't know. I think
He's gonna live
Panic got
that.
the- Davis smiling, but he's shaking his head a little bit. He feels like it's going to be a tight spot.
Aerial
Yeah,
interrupt?
doing a good job of
Yeah.
Holding his ground.
Or not
Let's
aerial
see.
interrupt. No impact land.
Crab land again, and Ruby Green out.
Nair.
Good kill.
Yes. He has to nair,
Yes.
if you think about it. Davis has to nair, and basically...
Wait,
if he
Tafokins
gets
plays
that nair-
Samus? Nah, I'm
Like,
kidding. It's this one angle. He looked vaguely like Tafokins for a second, but obviously he's not.
That kind of sells the word Groovy.
Also, I like that Groovy Green Hat actually wears a green hat in, like, in addition to playing Luigi. Like, that's very nice. Was it fully charged?
No.
line.
Oh, no.
Finds the roll. Wow. Down smash is.
It's fully
yes, charge
charged.
shot is still online.
Oh,
How you can know is that Samus was flashing. Back this up a little bit.
oh. Good up.
Finds the roll. Wow. Down smash is.
Let's see if I can get a frame. Yep, there we go. Flash. Right? That's how you know Samus is. Samus has that charge shot and it's full.
Yes, charge shot is still online.
Oh,
Oh
no.
no, it was a weak charge. It's gonna be the basic Karen. All right, game 2.
Alright, Dreamland is the counter pick. I think this is a decent counter pick, actually.
I
How
know,
long,
on
did this, how
Dreamland.
long do you think this game is going?
Okay, that's a silly dare. And I know it is because I've also done that. Also, I think I paused this at a pretty nice position. It's like Samus is, Luigi's picking Samus up off the ground and going, "Oh God, why?" or something like that. So, very nice. I do like that. I do like that image right there.
I mean, the first game didn't take that long, actually. I mean, only like 3-4 minutes, so. I would.
That was definitely a mistake. That was definitely not what he wanted. Charge shot in front of Luigi, or
Actually, I mean,
charge up.
only like 3,
No, he
4
definitely wanted
minutes,
down
so
smash. That would have been the right idea.
I wouldn't say here.
7. Calling it now. 7.
I'm saying 6. 6 minutes.
All right, cool.
It's not going to go that long.
No. Yeah, I think. Maybe Davis wants to.
I think that bomb was decent because it was going to interrupt Luigi trying to catch Samus
have
double
more
jumping
area,
in.
More air.
More room to breathe, yeah, definitely.
Yeah, more room to breathe. Because it seems like Groovy Greenhead is just kind of up in his grill at the moment
He's definitely
right
good.
now. Yeah, and I think that's what you kind of have to do. If you give Luigi too much space as a Falcon player, if you give him too much space, it's pretty easy for a Luigi player to get into a rhythm.
Definitely.
I had that with Sarah on Monday at Phoenix Underground, and
Wow, that killed.
it was not.
Okay.
It was a pretty rough set, a pretty convincing 3-0. I have to say myself.
Sorry to hear that.
Up tilt.
That was a good trade.
Up tilt nair. Nice.
Great. That's what I wanted
Snare.
to do in that student
Gets the
set.
misfire,
See you.
but
Wow.
Samus forward smash. Gets the Iron Man.
Oh.
Steals his money, but doesn't matter. Davis has a lot of
Hold
cash.
let. Oh,
Falling
that
nair.
was great. I'm going to do that too. I like that.
Oh, wow, he could charge the entire thing. That was bold. I felt like he could have. He sacrificed the positioning as a percent just to, like, get that charge shot.
I think Davis is starting to put up a little bit of a better wall than he did last game. It seems like it's a lot harder for Groovy Greenhead to get in, but Groovy Greenhead still finding some answers to be able to find openings.
Yeah.
Jab, down smash, even on Samus it works.
Could have crouch canceled
Get
that.
my back. I don't agree with that decision though. I feel like they just gave. I feel like they gave Dave or Groovy
I would have gone
Greenhead
for a
the
second fair instead of that up air. It's more reliable, but up air will also work.
stage to work with. That's a good charge shot though, even if
Wow.
it missed.
That was
would
just a
be
mistake.
mildly perturbed if
That was the
happened.
right idea.
I would be slightly disgruntled.
Oh, snatches the ledge. Davis has got to be careful on the ledge. I mean, Groovy Greenhead's kind of just snatching. It's kind of like Magna Hands to Smash 4. And maybe Magna Hands to Smash 5 with the way it's going.
He just took that like a champ. He tried
Yep.
to Fortnite.
Nah,
he tried to
wow,
Fortnite
nice.
missile rocket like ride that.
He missiled and got a missile himself. Looking for the power shield. Oh, tough break. I want to say nice shot Davis, but
Right? Nice shot, Davis. Yeah.
This is just like why am I even watching this? It's just like them recovering for forever.
but yeah. Davis taking really patient. Really patient, but Groovy Greenhead still seems really confident. Very confident, and he's able
7
to command
minutes.
the ground.
I'm telling you, homie. He says, I mean, this game will be 7.
Hold that.
It's gonna be
Oh,
6, but let's see. Snatch to the ledge,
178.
5 minutes remaining.
It's a long time.
Davis up at the lead. Down smash. Yeah, I like this. I actually don't mind Groovy Greenhead standing around and kind of walking around. It's kind of like chess, basically. It's like kind of. got Davis on a string where it's like, what are you going to do?
Okay, that was kind of silly, that just forward smash. Wake up forward smash.
don't
That's not
mind-
real.
Groovy Green Hat standing around and kind of walking around.
Edge cancel?
kind-
No. Not like Luigi was going to be able to punish that.
Kind of like chess, basically. It's like kind of, he's got Davis on a string where it's like, what are you going to do?
I tried to go for that in my set with Stude, actually, where I'm just like I do go for that forward smash, hope they miss the tech right or roll one direction, and then I'm able to hit him with that charge shot, but it didn't work.
Tries to power through, like,
Yeah, he
gutsy decision
Very
by
good.
Davis.
Wow, that didn't kill.
Or gutsy decision by Groovy. Yeah, again, looking for the power shields. I don't think Luigi has that many strong moves to be able to combat with missiles other than maybe forward tilt, but that's still a commitment on its own.
How it seems like the Davis, the Samus player, is playing neutral is it's like a lot of very spaced moves and trying to, I guess, bait Luigi into wave dashing in, where he will get hit by one of those moves, as opposed to actually directly trying to put the pressure on Luigi and make him like get hit by something like that he can't block. Instead, it's just making Luigi want to come hit you. I think that's a fundamental difference in the game plan that I was going for versus what he's going for.
I really like the way Davis plays. It's a very, I really like the Samus.
Yeah, nice see why he's
Trade.
very, very impressive, very solid. Let's see, eats a missile right in the face. Tough break for Groovy Green Hat.
So you're
Yeah. I'm going to go off on a tangent for a second. Something that I don't like saying all the time, but sometimes I do catch myself saying this, is calling people decent or solid. It's just like, it's not really descriptive enough to actually talk about like how good are people. Like, oh, he's a decent player. Oh, he's a solid player. It's like, okay, how solid are we talking? How decent are we talking? You know, is decent like going 2-2? Is decent like, you know, winning your small locals? Is decent winning your large locals? Like, am I a decent player? I just won that big tournament, right? But nobody was really there to challenge me, right? Except like, I mean they were, but like, not like Ark was there and would beat me up every day of the week, right? That's one of those sort of terms that I've liked less and less. Very liquid player. Yeah, I mean there are liquid players. You know, liquid hungry box, liquid Chudat. Lots of liquid Salem. Lots of very. Who else does in Smash do they sponsor? Chillin' Dude. Forgot that they sponsored Chillin' Dude. Yeah, I just said, yeah, don't forget my boy Chillin'. Just got it. Ken. Oh, yeah, I forgot. They still do have Ken on their roster, although I don't know what he does anymore. But then they also don't have Korea. They had Korea DJ for a while, but then he quit again. Like, he actually retired. Like, actually retired. And so he's not on there anymore. Yeah, so Liquid. Also, let's see. They who else do they have? They picked up some speedrunner recently, but I can't remember who it was. I'll have to think about it.
telling me in 2 minutes this game is gonna end.
Yes.
All right. Hold on.
No, they actually did just scoop.
Oh my gosh, great
That was a nice tech.
attack, but
And then missed the
doesn't
up
get
B
second
sweet
one.
spot. Oh, that's sad. Yeah, they did scoop the dot cast, and actually that makes a lot of sense. And the reason why is because if you're a new Melee player and you don't have any attachment to any other esports teams, you watch the doc, you look up the players, hey, Liquid, I haven't heard of them. You're a Liquid fan. Boom. Right off the bat. Like, that's actually a really smart choice on their part.
All right, you might be right.
A throw, looking for the gap attack.
He's trying to power shoot. What is he doing?
Or missing the gap attack. But I think
That was a very bizarre interaction.
We're missing the gap attack.
Trade sends them exactly the same place, and Luigi just hits. Should have had wife for the true doc experience. Yeah, I mean, the only other thing though is that Wife like doesn't have he has that appeal, but he also wasn't doing anything at the time. Like Chillin was still a top 100 player, like, or he might even been top 50 at the time, and still very relevant, right? And then, you know, obviously like all that stuff later that happened with like My B, that only added to that. And then KDJ was also sort of out of retirement at the time and going to, you know, a fair amount of tournaments. Same with Ken. Like that whole deal that Ken went to EVO 2013 after losing that money match to Scar. And then at EVO 2015, he got like, what, 17th? Something like that. So like all those other people, they were actually doing things. What Wife had was mostly like he was riding on that dock exposure, and that was about it.
But I think these are favorable. Even though Luigi's got strong priority and he's trading, I think these favor Davis because, I mean, that percent's going to rack up too. And I think it makes it easier, and it's kind of like extra gravy at this point, especially with how close the set has been. Oh, barely misses the charge shot. That is such a shame.
As soon as you said that, it changed.
Yeah, Scar. Scar is a cool dude. He beat Fendrick Lamar.
Yeah, Davis might close this out.
Fendrick Lamar isn't that guy's actual name, right? Like I actually want to know this because I was having this discussion yesterday in the car with Sarcastic and Dragon. I'm like, I don't really like to tag Fendrick Lamar very much. Like, it's like Kendrick Lamar, but it's like just a knockoff like that. I don't know. Wasn't a big fan, but I'm like, I don't know. Then Dragon was like, I think it's his name. And I'm like, wait, is that actually his name? Is his name actually Fendrick Lamar? In which case I would feel really bad. Like, you can't just insult someone when, like, someone's tag when it's their name. You're just insulting that guy's name. It's not their fault. It's like their mom probably chose it for him. You know what I mean? Like, come on, dude, right? I don't know.
I don't know. Uh-oh.
This is very, very tight.
You got a minute 10. I got 2 minutes and 10 seconds on mine.
Grouping are taking it really patient. Davis seems like he's taking it patient too, so it's gonna be a very calculated battle on the last stock. Looking for a jab, down smash or grab.
Forward tilts up in here.
No.
Oh, no.
You're right. Okay.
That's
See,
bad.
what I would have done probably there was do a back air coming off that platform and try and hit Luigi with it, or at least like catch Luigi coming in, but he just did nothing.
Looking for the football tackle.
I mean, maybe the back air is just not even worth doing, in which case that makes
Nice down air
sense.
Again, I don't think he's hit a single hard charge shot this whole set right now. Davis really fishing for it. And this is where grouping kind of is scary. Those jabs are really scary to deal with.
Man.
Goes in, leads in with the missile. Oh, no.
That actually wasn't a terrible grab, because
I think
Luigi
Davis is
was going to be too far.
Yes.
crowd's starting to get into it right now.
I really hope this match is 7 minutes more than I hope any one of these guys wins.
Okay, it's not going to go to 7 minutes. Like, I don't know if they realize that, but that's just barely possible unless they both start camping right now and don't touch each other for 2 minutes.
Well, we'll see
I wanna be right about
see
that.
who wins that deal now.
Okay.
Getting
Oh!
on stage, nice back air. Trying to get a second one. Is there going to be a rinse and repeat?
That was a nice noise.
No. Oh. No.
Fire
oh
and missiles.
And
Lots
I
of
win.
action with fire and missiles. It couldn't be any more exciting.
What is he doing?
It's only a 6-something minute match. It's not a 7-minute match if it goes to bot. Oh my god.
Well, I
whatever.
think the nerves are coming in. Crowd's getting into it
But
right
no,
now.
you get no follow-up.
Big chance from both audiences.
No!
Missile, and
Ah!
that is a game.
Oh man.
We're going to a game 3.
6-15.
Yep.
I'll give you that one. Be amazing.
Really
Samus.
FOD. All right, I guess that's a good counter pick for Luigi. I guess that's the counter pick.
Bro,
Definitely like.
Where'd they start on? Battlefield. All right.
Ooh, that was a
Boy,
really good
big
tomahawk.
yippee there with that forward throw. Gets him off the stage, but just gets back.
There is no offstage game within like a 40 match. I think they're both making it bad.
Yeah, it's a matter of just like percent, basically. I'm not gonna make a bet on how long this match will take, but it's gonna be a tough and enjoying match regardless.
Yeah,
Oh my
Samus will live
God.
that. Okay, this is a very bizarre 30 seconds. Because most of what's happening is
They're both making it bad.
Yeah, it's a matter
Ledge
of just
stalling?
like percent, basically.
sort of.
I'm not gonna make a bet on how of how long this match will take, but it's going to be a tough and enduring match regardless. Oh
5
my
minutes.
gosh.
5 minutes for sure.
That
The
was a
last game.
great recovery by Davis after a big mistake. Karate chops him. Oh, I like that.
That was one of those things. It's like you always want that to hit, and it's kind of risky, but
Oh, I like that down
ba-
air.
balls of steel.
Yeah.
That looked like it hurt.
Yeah. Right now, Groovy Unit seems like he's. Oh!
Took the tether.
I think Groovy
That was something,
took
actually.
that down air.
Yeah, that down there was beefy.
Yeah.
That looked like it hurt.
Yeah. Right now, Groovy Unit seems like he's.
That was ridiculous, actually. That was pretty crazy.
Oh! Playing
Did that
a,
take the...
I think Groovy Unit's playing a little bit more aggressively this game right now. And I think Davis needs to kind of,
6 minutes.
right now, maybe recollect himself. Really over pursues there. Groovy gets back, but Davis gets back as well. Charges the charge shot. I think that was a smart charge shot.
No.
Ah, tough break. Gets back to stage.
Challenging Luigi in the air. Not very good, especially in the air from below. Like Algebra was saying in Discord. Does not look like a very good idea.
But
Yes,
the charge
this is
shot was
definitely
smart because he forced Groovy to go low. And I think, oh, he could have maybe down here, but that's the kind of a coulda, woulda, shoulda sort of situation. It's the reason why he's in top 16 at the moment.
Good back
Warrior
air.
back
I like
air.
that.
A little bit of a deficit, but definitely doable. Yeah.
Good forward tilt. That was spectacular.
Yeah, again, I think Groovy's going in a lot more aggressively this time.
Absolutely.
And staying patient when he needs to, too. He
I don't know what that up air was. That had to have been a mistake. This is just not worth
knows
doing.
he has a lead. He doesn't need to commit. If Davis starts to overcommit, that's where Groovy can start imposing as well and really taking control.
Oh, that was down there.
Good down air. Yeah, Davis slightly over pursuing a bit. Groovy gets him with the back
I feel like sometimes when these down airs or forward airs hit, like, and they just feel like they should do more damage because that down air meant a lot. You know what I mean?
It's
That's
like a
pretty
stop
silly.
where you don't convert off of it with Falcon. It's like,
Yeah, it's
you're like,
that-
man, I could have tech chased. I could have jab reset. It's like, you're like, man, that's unfortunate. I could have converted something. Now, down smash.
No. You're gonna get punished for that.
Yeah, good nair by Davis. Looking for the up tilt. Good karate chop by Davis.
This is starting to look a lot more like my set with Stu, where it's just like you get hit a whole bunch and suddenly you're losing.
Like Ruby Green Hat.
Jesus. So Davis really
That's
needs to
a
position
crazy
himself
grab.
well to not get punished because he's kind of just doing. He's really getting hit a lot.
Uh-oh, this could be
No.
trouble. But he got out.
Didn't go for the back air that time. I think he was probably just understanding, oh yeah, I'm going to get hit if I go for that. I got it last time.
Okay.
That was a great grab
Sure.
and major up smash.
All right, 5 minutes again.
Yeah, this is looking more in the Groovy Green Hat's favor right now. Davis looking a bit lost right now. Down throw nair. Yes.
Yeah, this sucks. This
This is where
sucks.
you dig deep.
Dig deep. But again, Groovy Green Hat has been patient when he needs to.
Oh my! That was. See, that should have been like 50% forward smash. That hurt. You know what I mean, though, right? Like that was just like in his face.
Just like, ouch.
Yeah.
Now at this
Down-
point, these crouch cancels are not smart
Smash.
anymore. Like they
Doesn't
would be
get the
good
charge shot.
if you were up or if
And
you're
these
even.
trades are starting to really
but
pay dividends right now.
It's
for
not
Groovy Green
working.
Hat. Looking for a big nair. Does not get
That
it.
would have been. This is the kind of time where you
Davis
need
is
to
trying
make plays.
fighting
You know,
everything he can
it's a
to
fair
keep
choice.
himself in this bracket and in this Arcadian. I'm surprised there hasn't been they didn't try down airing off stage.
Oh, that was. I liked the idea. That was actually a really good idea, even though it didn't work.
I'm surprised there
Because
hasn't
right, Luigi jumps.
They
You know he's gonna miss, so you can come in and hit him.
didn't try down airing off
Ah man, just drift a little.
stage there.
Drift too good.
It goes into a rinse and repeat sort of cycle. Or there's one forward smash.
All right, this actually.
Favorable
Got that misfire,
position.
that would've been
He
bananas.
mashes. He goes down.
You get a gimp.
Last
I actually
stock.
don't know. If you get a gimp, this could go either way. That said, considering there are only 15 more seconds in the video, I wonder how this is gonna go.
Game, baby.
I'm pretty
And the
sure it's
crowd
just
is
Sam's
into
gonna
it
get
right
hit.
now. Last stock, Groovy Green Hat.
Yeah, this is over for
With the
Samus,
stage control.
unfortunately.
Gets
Oh,
a
That's it.
that
karate
was
chop,
good.
and
All
that
right.
is the set.
Good set, guys.
Rip in peace.
That was fun.
Rip in
That was
peace,
really
Davis. I liked that set. It actually was good. Thank you, Algebra, for the recommendation. I definitely liked that one. All right, I'm coming up on 2 hours of me watching Samus versus Luigi. I did have one more set that I was going to watch. That was like me against Socktastic, but I think I might just be done for tonight. It's the one from the weekly. But I'll get to that at some other point, like some point in the future, I think. So yeah, thanks for tuning in, everyone. Watching me cringe at my own gameplay against Luigi. And I'll see you hopefully sometime soon. Peace out.